Hello everyone, welcome back. Finally, welcome back to another storytelling. So about prosthetic leg and about traveling around the world with the prosthetic leg. And this is all about China. Woo! So China was the most challenging country that I had ever visited until now. And I'm not talking about only of the trip that I started 10 months ago, but even like before I was traveling in other countries. And China has a lot of things that we don't use. They have their own whole system. And so the most important things, I guess, because it was my first challenge in China at the airport. Nobody speak English in China. No one speak English. Even at the airport, at the metro station, train station, even on the hotel, when you had to do the check-in, they won't speak English. It's like insane. Or at least that was my experience of traveling around China for 1 month. So at the airport, I need to have already cash and go to change them. You for sure need a taxi to go anywhere and go to your hotel. But since they don't have Visa card, credit cards, they have their own app to make any kind of payments. Even on the streets, they pay with their own app for a little bottle of water. So you can literally pay everything. But before download all the apps, because Google won't work there. Google is not allowed. Google is illegal in China. They don't use Google. You cannot use Google on your phone unless you download a VPN. But with my phone, I connected the data. I have an eSIM and was working. Google Map is not working at all. Obviously, there is no social media, no Instagram, no WhatsApp, no TikTok. They have their own TikTok. So you had to download again their China TikTok. And so for all of this app, you need a Chinese number. So now stop. We are at the airport. Pay in cash and go to your hotel where you can connect with Wi-Fi. What I did is to buy a SIM card, China Mobile, China Telecom. Yeah, China Telecom. Get the number and start to download all these apps, because each of them required all your verification codes, so your number and all your info about everything. You had to share in each and all of app your ID. It's WeChat, which is like WhatsApp for us. Download that, use the phone number obviously, and on WeChat you can also pay stuff. So you can connect with your credit card, or you can just like put the money inside the WeChat app, like Venmo for example. Easier to track how much you spend. You had to download Alipay, which is the application where they pay everywhere for everything. So with Alipay, you can pay everything. You still need to use your own phone number and share your ID, your information. And the app are three very, very important. So as we said, Alipay to make payments and WeChat. And the other one is a map, where is working like Google Map, but better. A lot of details. And you can also call a taxi with that app. For call a taxi, there is also another option which is called Didi. And you can call the Didi to go anywhere. A reasonable price. Another app that you might want to download, but it's all in Chinese. You can also shop online, either food or stuff, any kind of stuff, even phones, any kind of things. Again, everything required the phone number, so it's the very first things that you want to do while in China. I also bought another phone so I could take mine, because for some reason without VPN I could connect my data and use Google. So I use Google Translator a lot. So the third important thing is, if you can use Google Translator, download a translator app. Alipay has an option of translation. It's a little bit slow. I didn't like it. I always use Google Translator. You can also take a picture with Google Translator and it's way easier. The language barrier is, it was very challenged for me because I couldn't communicate at all. It was very frustrated. And sometimes, because we are two different cultures, they were talking in their own way, I was talking in my way, and even with the translator we couldn't really understand each other. And I traveled a lot into the metro station to ask for a wheelchair assistance. It takes so long because they don't understand. They don't understand. Even if you do like wheelchair, so you constantly had to use the Google Translator. And some of the stations, they don't have elevators, or you had to ask the permission to use the elevator. So you always has to go to someone and ask, because they lock it, they have a key, special key to use the elevator. The things for us was climbing a lot of steps. Like everywhere there are steps. They don't really use the escalator. There is no escalator. In the parks, when I was to the longest glass bridge in the world, and it was so cool. From the parking lot, there were no elevators or not escalator, and there were like many steps to do. And in that park, they built an elevator into the mountain to go up and down to the mountain, an elevator, and now to be able to get there and see the view and everything, how can I, if I was on the wheelchair, could I, do all the steps to go see an elevator in the mountain? Like, why you guys didn't, everything was new. Why there is not an elevator from the parking lot to up the second floor to the ticket point? Like, I was surprised a lot. Everywhere in China there is something that surprised me. But one thing very, very cool in China was that you have choice. If you don't want to use the public transportation, scooter shops. There are so many rented scooter shops where you can rent your electric scooter, which are super cool, comfortable. They have a lot of space for your luggage as well. And I couldn't rent that, but only because I had Alipay and WeChat. Because for anything, any emergency, they want to be able to chat with you and contact you, and they only use WeChat. So that is very important. Going around China, in Beijing, Chongqing, Xi'an, with the electric scooter saved my life. Literally, because I was already tired and my prosthetic leg was working. My stump was very small now for this socket, and then I was constantly hitting the bottom of the socket with my tibia. At some point I was very exhausted, and so renting a scooter was such an amazing experience. They have their own line, so bicycles and scooters, they go on the same line. You're not allowed to go with the car, which is so cool and so important and so safe. And everybody was going around with the scooter. Is nice and cheap. It's very cheap. So yes, if you go there, I really, really recommend, because China is huge and you just like amazing every time you go around, like you want to stop everywhere, so you need a scooter. That's such an important thing, and I loved it. I had a lot of fun with that. So it's an experience, and it's a must-do experience, in my opinion. Another very important app that you should definitely download is the app to book trains, and is Railway 12306. And it's very important because you can only book and pay online with this app, unless you want to go to every station and buy the ticket at the station. But for me, it was everything's always at the last minute, so I use this app a lot. And you can reserve, so if you're looking ahead and you can plan your trip, you must, if you can, you must do it, because you must book the train in advance, at least 1 week, 10 days in advance, because they go sold out faster than the train. They go sold out super fast. And this train, not all of them, but I took a lot of trains very fast, like 350 kilometers per hour, 400 per hour. And they go very fast, you can't feel anything. So they're super comfortable, you can enjoy the view, they go between mountains. Everywhere when you're traveling in China is mountain, yes, surrounded by mountain, woods, jungle, is amazing. So from the train, going pretty fast, save a lot of your time. So you can change cities, and if you have, you know, less than 1 month or only 1 week or 10 days traveling with the trains, it's very convenient. So that app is very important. But you cannot choose the seats. That's the only things for foreigners. They don't allow you to choose the seats, so it will always be random. But in online market, you can order food, taxi, or buy stuff if you want to order food. Another thing is, don't go in China on summer holidays, because it's so crowded and they move in big group everywhere, and was very hard to visit palace, museums or temples or parks. So this was my experience in China. I hope that it can be better for you, but I hope that all this information helped you to have, for sure, a better trip than mine and better experience than mine. That's why I want to share this. The important things, if we can summarize everything, is to download this 5 app: WeChat, Alipay, the Railway 12306 to book trains, and eMap. eMap is very important. And then there is the one in Chinese, which is a market. I hope that all this information helped you. I really hope that. And please share, subscribe to my channel, share these videos with anybody that you know that wants to go to China, or just like tell the story. Obviously, it's my own experience. And yeah, you let me know if you've already been in China and had the same challenges that I had, that I faced, or not, or what others challenges and issues you face in China. Please let me know. I'm curious to know, because I would like to meet more people that can relate and are on my same page. So please share these videos and comment below and let me know. Thank you. Bye.